The human connection and our relationships, and being with each other, that's what matters versus all this other stuff. Like, we're chasing this stuff just to die. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get all this money and you're going to do all this and you're going to rush, and have a heart attack and you're gone? What for? And then what did you leave behind?
Right.
Who did you leave behind? What did you build? What was your perspective? On King's Return stuff and the music that we're doing requires a lot of skill and a lot of precision because it's all a cappella. Like making sure that you don't allow the thing that you do to define you. You need to pick one.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do it at the same time. So all that to say, we sit here today because I picked one, sort of. I get to the end and I run into Courtney B. Vance, who Angela Bassett's husband. And I'm like, oh, that means Angela's here somewhere. And so I see Angela coming down. So I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then she starts yelling, Michael, like, cause she sees Michael B. Jordan. And that's when I knew he's in the room. And so I start like, oh my God, I got to tell him that how am I going to tell him that I'm the voice of his movie trailer campaign? And so I'm just sitting there. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna enjoy it. And I said, Gabe, like, when's the next time you're going to be in his presence like this again? He walked up and he looked at me and he was like, hey, how you doing? He nodded at me. I'm good, Michael B. You know, no, I didn't do that. I voice cracked. So I came up there. I said, hey, dude, I'm a big fan of your work. I just want you to know, like, I'm actually the voice of your campaign for Creed 2. Like, I do a lot of stuff. He's like, really? And then he's like, what do you mean by that? Like, he's trying to figure out, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, Creed 2, rated PG-13. And he's like, oh, that's you? He's like, that's you. And he's like, dude. And then so he pulls Jonathan over and he's like, dude, this dude does it. What you call it? And Jonathan's like, wait, that's you?
Right.
And I'm like, oh God.
Right.
Yes, I'm ascending.
My moment.
Man, it was unreal. And so that was a blessing because I knew, I could tell that in their minds, part of it was almost like, I think you're trolling us because, again, you don't see young black men in that space. So it's like, I thought it was a man named Stephen Calabasas. But it's cool. And so to see them kind of the wires turning, yeah, that was unreal.